Welcome to another lesson contained within the PeopleSoft Journal Entry Training module. In this lesson, learn how to create a journal entry and validate the entry using the edit process. This lesson will demonstrate how to use the incomplete status functionality to facilitate the approval process and how to review a journal's current status by recalling the entry at any time. Users are introduced to the due to, due from accounting lines automatically generated by the system whenever an entry is crossing funds. To create a journal entry, begin by logging in to Finance PeopleSoft. The Finance PeopleSoft Employee Portal screen will open. Click Main Menu, General Ledger, Journals, Journal Entry, Create Update Journal Entries. The Create Update Journal Entry screen will open and will default to the Add a New Value tab, the first step in creating a new journal ID. Notice the business unit field indicates QUNIV. The journal ID field will indicate the word next and will appear shaded out. The journal date field will automatically populate today's date. Here's an important tip. Before proceeding any further, ask what fiscal accounting period do I want my journal to post to. For example, if the journal date field populates a June date, i.e. June 1st through June 30th, the journal entry will post to the June fiscal accounting period. If today was July 1st, or a date representing 1 to 5 business days following the June 30th calendar date, users would have an opportunity to leave the date as shown, i.e. July, or change the date to June 30th, ensuring the entry is posted to the GL in the June fiscal accounting period. Select a valid date from the drop-down calendar menu. Click the Add button. The header screen will open. Before we go any further, let's set the stage for a typical scenario. Let's suppose during your monthly May reconciliation process, you noticed that a travel expense reimbursement for Dr. Smith was charged to your operating fund $10,000 and should have been charged to Dr. Smith's research fund $31,000 and project 378053. The cost to the GL was $250. To recode the expense, we'll perform a journal entry to charge Fund 31,000, Project 378053, and credit the operating fund back in the amount of $250. On the header page, in the long description field, enter a description that best describes the entry. For example, recode May travel expense for Smith from Fund 10,000 to Research Project 378053. Click the Lines tab. The Lines page will open. On line 1, enter the required data for the debit side of the entry. For example, we want to charge or debit Fund 31,000. Department 13601. Account 640001. Project 378053. Amount $250. A good journal line description in this case would be REC for recode, May, Smith, Fund 10,000. In the Lines to Add section, click the plus button to create a new line. A new line will populate with the same data as the line above it. Be sure to modify all values where applicable. To reflect a credit value, enter a dash in front of the dollar amount. For example, we want to credit Fund 10,000. Department will remain the same, account number will remain the same. We want to remove the project ID, and we want to credit $250. We'll place a dash in front of the $250. And change the journal line description to be Recode May Smith Project 378053. The next step is to perform the edit process. In the Process box, select Edit Journal, click the Process button. A message will display indicating the journal is saved. Click OK. The Lines page will open. Notice the Lines page now indicates a valid journal ID at the top of the page, in this case 254178. Notice the edit process generated 2 additional lines, referred to as due to and due from lines. This only happens when the journal entry is crossing funds. In this case, we crossed from Fund 31,000 over to Fund 10,000. This accounting is used by Central Finance to ensure all university funds remain in balance. Notice the total debits equal the total credits. The journal status is V for valid, and the budget status is V for valid. Often referred to as the VV status, this status signifies the journal entry has passed all required edits and is ready for posting to the GL. Click the Header tab. The header page will open. Next, we want to select the Save Journal Incomplete Status checkbox. This step places the journal ID on hold, enabling the user to complete the manual approval process. To learn more about the approval process, see the section titled Journal Entry Approval Process in the Journal Entry Instructional Manual. Click the Save button. A message will display indicating the journal is saved with incomplete status. Click the OK button. Click the Lines tab. Notice the journal status is T for incomplete status and the budget status is N, indicating the entry is not yet edited. Stop here and complete the manual approval process. Once the approval process is complete, navigate to the header page. Select the Lines tab and repeat the edit process. In the Process box, select Edit Journal. Click the Process button. A message will display indicating the journal is saved. Click OK. When the edit process passes all required editing and the journal is ready for posting, the overall journal status and budget status will appear as VV. During the next scheduled system update, typically performed in the evening, the journal will post to the GL. To demonstrate how a posted journal entry will appear, select the Post Journal option in the Process box. Click the Process button. A message will appear. Are you sure you want to post this journal? Click OK. Notice the journal status is now P for posted and the budget status is V for valid. This concludes our tutorial. To view this lesson in an alternative format or to review additional lessons in this series, visit the online learning catalog located on the Financial Services training page.